looky here. It's the Pat and JT podcast.
Pat and JT podcast.
I just coughed in the microphone again and almost blew JT's eyeglasses off.
You are like, I have misophonia, right?
Yeah.
You are a misophonia nightmare.
Yeah.
Just from head to toe.
An absolute.
Just from head to toe.
An absolute nightmare.
Pen clicking, those little noises, sneezing, coughing, anything.
Any noise.
But he always does it into the microphone.
I'm a noisemaker, I guess. I don't know. I am.
always when I have my headphones on. Just in general, it's not that big of a deal. But when I have my headphones on,
It's right.
It's incredible.
It's right. All those little noises are right there. It's our Pat and JT podcast.
I just dropped some
downloading.
science on him too.
Yeah, you did. I get it. That, when you talk explain what you just said. Okay. Drop your Bill Nye Science Guy stuff on us.
He's not really a science guy. Do you know that?
I did. Anyway. He was on a Dak Shepard's podcast a couple weeks ago.
Was he really?
Yeah, he's awesome.
Yeah. Okay, so here's the deal. So when you're talking normally, and this is why people hate their voice when they hear something recorded, or they come in with us on the podcast, or maybe they're recording whatever, and they hear their voice back in the interview, and they're like, oh my God, I hate my voice. I hate listening to my voice. But you don't notice it day to day. Your voice, what you hear when you're hearing that recording, that's what everybody else hears. What you hear when you talk is what's inside your head, because you're listening with your inner ear, and it's not coming in.
It makes sense.
It's not coming in from the outside,
okay,
so to speak.
Totally makes sense.
When you have headphones on, it's all coming in from the outside. And so when he coughs, it cancels it out, because he's expecting it, number one. I'm usually not looking. And number two, when you cough what it sounds like, because it's inside your head. All I'm getting is from the outside in.
Yeah.
So
and especially then double magnified with the headphones.
With the headphones and the fact that I have them cranked up.
Yeah.
That's just my own fault.
So. From the 20 years of coughing in your ear.
Anyway.
I'm actually happy as of right now, because I went to my Kugler Vision consultation this morning. Very excited about that.
That's why you look so batty.
Part of it was the fun little eye dilation.
Yes.
My pupils, retinas, whatever.
Yeah,
anyway,
pupils.
It's dilated. And I'm just now it's been like 3 hours, maybe 2 hours.
They're still the size of quarters.
But I feel like I can read. I can read a little bit on the computer screen a little bit.
10 minutes ago. Is that a 6?
I could.
Or is that an 8?
I couldn't. And when I was leaving the office, I was trying to get a text. I got a text from you. It had a time of an appointment, and I had to take a screenshot and zoom in on it and look. I look like Mama June's bingo face with her face right up against the phone.
That's exactly what I was picturing in my head.
Yeah.
She's got her phone.
I'm writing that
all
down.
Scrunched up.
Mama June bingo. Mama June bingo.
Well, you probably shouldn't have been driving then, I'm guessing.
And I was fine to drive. It was distances are fine. It's anything up close, forget it.
Like the car in front of you.
Forget it.
So
I texted Beth, voice to text, and I'm going on and on. I'm like, I have no way to check if the voice to text is correct. So I explained what was going on. I hit send, and all I saw were these 3 yellow balls back at me. I'm thinking, okay, hopefully those are laughy emoji faces.
Right.
That's all I could tell. I saw yellow orbs.
No idea which one was which.
No clue.
Okay.
So I'm like, I'll just roll with it, whatever.
See what happens, right? That's all good. So tell me about the consultation.
It was just awesome. I mean, it was everything that you had said. The facility's awesome. The way they do the consultation, it's amazing. It's so streamlined. And
Doesn't
then
it feel just absolutely complete? I mean, it's just like you feel like nothing is left unsaid,
and it's so the equipment,
great.
and this isn't just that Kugler Vision. With medical stuff in general, like you walk in and you're like, that's BS. That doesn't work. That with the laser thing that spins, you look at it, you're like, that is a bunch of garbage. That doesn't give you anything, because you think it looks fake.
Everything looks like it's out of a futuristic movie.
It's awesome.
And it's actually the real deal. It's like, for real. That's that.
It must be the real deal, because I had 20/20 vision, yo. 20/20, no tweaking, nothing. Everything's going to be good. Yeah, no, nothing needed right now. So it was awesome. It was just.
But it not only checks your vision, it checks your eyes too, just as far as the health of your eyes. Because as you get older, your eyes are changing all the time, no matter what. And like, we've talked about this before, just your body in general, from the time you hit like 25, 30. Things start going the other direction.
Yeah.
and so everything is constantly changing. And so it's a good idea just to keep up on top of it. So that being said, KuglerVision.com is the website. If you want to get your consultation, which I know for a fact that one of the, are you okay over there?
Ow. I still can't see all the way. Whacked my knee on this desk.
Depth perception's a little shaky. Anyway, but we'd had one of our Facebook friends that had said her consultation's tomorrow.
Awesome. Well, she's going to love when she goes in and she sees Corey at the front desk.
Yeah.
And they have a little menu of things. Like right when you walk in, you check in, and they go check the menu, the refreshment menu. I don't know what it was called. And it's like there's cookies and fruit, and you could pick all the water. And I had a orange mango sparkling water that's no sugar, but it's only sweetened with fruit juice. It's delish. Anyway, so enjoy that. It'll be fun.
That's awesome. So again, kuglervision.com. Speaking of mini bars.
Oh, real quick, quick. Totally.
we got to talk about
I'm not
this.
dilated. I'm just popped.
Okay, go.
A quick little fun story about the thing at Kugler. So when I'm going around and I'm going through the different stations, checking the different things, there are certain little procedures that you put your face in the little apparatus and they do something with your eyes. Some of them you have to not blink, and other ones it's like whatever, blink when you need to. We're not even worrying about that. Well, there was one that I could blink, but like she would say, it was just go ahead and blink whenever.
Normal.
Right.
Just be normal.
So when they tell you can blink normal, you want to blink more. When they say you can't blink, your eyes instantly hurt.
Yeah.
Like the second after they tell you not to blink.
Instantly dried out.
Right, instantly. And so there's one of the machines that it was don't hold off your blinking, just be normal, right?
Okay.
And and it is a 1/1,000,000th of a second that little red light goes pew, and it does whatever it does, but it needs an open eye.
Yeah.
They're like, well, they're never going to have a closed eye in that millionth of a second.
They'll hit it.
And I hit it. I did. We're going through all of them, and then you can hear, you get the rhythm of the machine after a while, and I couldn't hold off the blink, and I'm like, I'm gonna squeeze a blink in. I'm gonna get it. I'm gonna get it real quick, and I pew. And right when I did that, the thing popped. She goes,
okay,
we got to do that one again. We got to do the other eye and then your eye. I said, how often does that happen? She goes, not very often.
Never.
It was pretty funny. Of all times.
I know.
I got a picture of the inside of my eyeball I'm going to post on Facebook too, by the way.
Oh, did you really?
Yeah, I gave her my phone. I said, will you take a picture while you're doing this? And it's where they pull my lower eyelid down. You can see the underneath part. And she took a close-up picture. It's nasty.
Oh, my God.
So I'll post that on our Facebook page.
Another one of those pictures. We got quite a few. Now we're going to turn to the mini bar, which is the Dominican Republic.
Yeah.
Because we talked about that yesterday. On a couple of notes, actually, when you mentioned, there was another post, too, that I want to mention first. The one that you'd posted at Strand Park with your fingers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty gross.
So it got quite a bit of reaction as well. But it was interesting as somebody got to talking about, somebody said something about might need just a little bit of hand cream on your, for the cuticles, kind of looked a little dry.
Yeah.
But that his fingernails were very clean.
Oh,
and then somebody else added, I think she's a nurse. Yes, she is. Because she was talking about one of the things that they had to do when they were going through school is they washed their hands with the pre-op soap real good. And then they trimmed their nails to see what's still underneath there and looked into the microscope.
Nasty.
And it was just a lesson in why we wear gloves. Because even when you scrub with that stuff, in particular, you're trying to get your hands really clean, and they looked under the nails.
Feces.
So for any nail biters, it's really disturbing too.
Gross.
Yeah, I get that too, because I totally understand nail biting. I grew up with
Gag.
that. Yeah, I know, whatever. Hand's going to grow in your stomach. That's what Grandma used to tell me.
I don't even know what that means, but it's...
Get your fingers out of your mouth. Get your fingers out of your mouth. Hand's going to grow in your stomach.
Speaking of your grandma, your mom friended me on Facebook yesterday, by the way. I accepted this morning. Hi, Judy. I thought we were already friends. Apparently not. But
I did too.
She slid into my DMs, and I said I approved.
Great.
Hi, Judy. Welcome to the team.
Anyway, yesterday on the previous episode, we were talking about the fact that you guys had a trip booked to the Dominican Republic. It was booked last year.
No, it was booked the week before. It was just booked. Booked the week before all this information started coming out. Yeah, like literally the week before.
This stuff started coming out, a couple, 3 months ago?
Oh, well, then we weren't paying attention.
Right?
Because we booked we literally hadn't heard of any, or really didn't pay much attention to it anyway.
Never mind.
But then a week after.
Anyway.
Well, yeah, I honestly hadn't heard of it. Hadn't heard of any of this stuff. There was a woman that had gotten attacked in a hotel in the Dominican Republic.
Yeah.
We knew of that, but we're like, well, that was an isolated thing. And then all this other stuff started
All
coming
this other
out.
stuff started happening. And so we just put it out there that they're booked to go. And they're not changing their plans, want to know what you would do. Interesting comments.
Yeah.
I'm kind of surprised by some of the people, because some of the people are just like, Roll the dice airlines. Let's rock.
Right.
Who cares? Chances are not going to happen. That kind of, right? And then others are like, I'd be safe. Change the destination. That comes from a buddy named Scoop.
Yeah.
Remember Scoop?
I remember Scoop.
Marissa. Remember we used to work with her. She says, are they refunding you for what it would have cost right now to book? I would just want some cash back.
Yeah, I don't know.
Because you got to figure right now, they've probably got a little bit of a discount going.
Right. Oh, I know. That's the first thing that Beth said right afterwards, because if we had waited a week, it'd probably been half the price.
Well, you might want to call back and see if they want to continue. Another one, they went to that island in that area in that city, said it was great. It was excellent. But the staff kept saying our last name over and over because they thought it was funny. Anyways, a few years ago, they had a great time. Another one says, no, I'd be extra cautious. I'd make sure you go everywhere together and carry a shank.
Beth always carries a shank, so we're... After her little stint in county, she always carries a shank. I'm protected.
I love it. They'll probably get checked on the airplane, you know.
Oh, not where she keeps it.
Okay. Anyway, another one said I changed plans for a tropical vacation because it might hurricane. So I sure as bleepity bleep would change plans if I might get murdered.
But it might hurricane is like that's
You
like
know
you get
it's coming.
like 5 days notice. Like if I knew that a hurricane was going to hit,
might hurricane.
Yeah.
So there's just one out in the distance, and they decided, let's not chance it. We'll go over here.
Okay.
But anyway,
Fair enough.
Quite a few would not step foot. I know the news gets sensationalized. Sometimes we talked about that, but something's not right.
Something's definitely not right. But I think you brought it up a couple episodes ago that 20 plus, 30 plus Americans die in Mexico last year, like in resorts and in different countries. I don't know what stat you threw out, but it wasn't
that wasn't exactly what I said, but
whatever. And this is not to make light of any of the deaths, obviously, but if 9 Americans have died in the last year under suspicious circumstances in the Dominican Republic, 9 in a year.
10. It's 10 this year.
Is it 10? Well, I thought one person died. Was it
10 this year that have died? And then there's the reports right now are like almost 200 something that have been that fell ill, including what's her name?
Melissa Rycroft?
Yeah.
Yeah. And there's something totally going on for sure.
Yeah.
But I'm figuring we are going to kind of roll the dice, but we're also rolling the dice that by the second week of December, they're going to have it figured out.
They should. And now there is Jennifer, she wrote, and she said that they just changed their trip. They were scheduled for July though. And so it didn't cost much. And the travel agent said almost 40% of her bookings have rescheduled.
Yeah.
Through there.
I think if we were going in August or September, we probably would maybe reschedule, but...
Somebody else. Here's another one to throw at you.
Okay.
Between the viruses and the drug cartels trying to kill ball players, I think I wouldn't go.
Yeah. Nobody's going to mistake me for Big Poppy,
Okay,
though.
but there was a little story behind that, though. Because apparently he was hanging out with a ex-girlfriend of one of the drug guys, the drug cartel guys.
Then
that's why they've arrested like 11 people in this
Why
hit.
would he hang out with that person's girlfriend?
Ex-girlfriend.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
Is that
at
water
all.
tainted when she's been involved with the drug cartel guy?
Yes.
Then you're just off limits.
Yes.
I don't care.
Yeah. If I knew at all that Beth ever dated El Chapo, I would never have asked her out ever. Right? I mean, would you? Would you even mess with it?
No. Not a chance. I seriously, when I first heard the story, I was just like, what the hell are you thinking, buddy?
You're Big Poppy. You are worth millions and millions and millions of dollars.
You don't have to. You don't have to bend the rules. You don't have to overlook shortcomings. You don't have to.
Date girlfriends of drug dealers.
No, you don't have to. Don't have to at all. So anyway, overall, it looks like it's kind of a 50-50 split.
Okay.
I'm going to say. One, I'll leave you on a good one. I spent a week there. It was incredible. No complaints. Would go back in a heartbeat. And another one said I'd have to say absolutely.
Okay. That's why we kind of, wanted to throw it out there and get people's opinions. So that's, we'll just kind of see what's up.
There's like 3 or 4 that are mentioning David Ortiz.
Really?
It really bothers
There's
them.
been a lot of...
I can understand that.
A lot of bad PR for the DR in the last...
Yeah, there has been.
Month, specifically.
Yeah, in particular. So anyway, all right. So there's that. So that's the update we've got on that on Facebook. I was trying to see if there was anything else that we needed to grab on here. I think, there were a couple others too, because somebody else had written she had just gone, or I think they're just getting ready to, or no, they just went. They just went and had a great time. So that was another
a few on Twitter
and then
as well.
she also wants my Kahlua recipe, so I'll get that over to you.
We just got to post that, pin it to the top.
Right?
Just pin it.
I just made some yesterday.
Yeah?
Mm-hmm. Good stuff. Just saying. Anyway.
I can usually tell if I get up in the morning and I see that you've posted after midnight on Facebook. Like, oh, mom is 3 knuckles deep in the sauce. So that makes sense. You made a brand new batch of Kahlua.
I wasn't up that late last night, was I?
Well, at 6 o'clock, it said posted 4.5 hours ago, or whatever it was, 5:30, posted, right, would have placed it right after midnight, or right before midnight.
Midnight's becoming a buddy to me, because I never used to get to hang out with midnight very much.
Midnight's, yeah.
You know, and I like to stay up late. By nature, I'm not a morning person at all.
So now you're shifting back.
And I like to stay up late, more so, and then just kind of sleep till I wake up.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, who wouldn't? Who would want to stay up till
4 o'clock in the morning? What's up with
Who
that?
wouldn't want to do that? Just stay up whenever and
I could stay up and watch my TV show. Well, that's part of the reason I wanted to stay up was because season 2 of Yellowstone, is that what it is? Yellowstone, that's the one with Kevin Costner. Mm-hmm. It's the TV show it's Paramount Network is what it's on. And season 2 premiered last night. But they just do it 1 episode a week.
Yeah, it drives you nuts. Just give it to us.
So I had to watch it though. And so I watched the first episode and then I continued watching it. I watched more of it this morning because I forgot what happened at the end because I fell asleep. Right. And so
when that happens.
So I had to watch it again this morning. I'll have to watch it again today. But I love that show.
Yeah, I've heard that it's great. I haven't watched any
Kevin
of it.
Costner in that role is great and the whole cast is great. But it's about a big ranch and the family and the struggles and all that good stuff. And it was made for him. It's like every role, I swear to God, it's like every role he's had was written for him, whether it's the baseball stuff or the cowboy stuff.
Yeah, you're right.
And even the romance ones, as well, they all just completely, it just fit him to a T. So
Agreed.
Yeah, very good stuff. All right, so there's that. There we go. Oh, and then one other thing I saw. Is that me?
Yeah, it's probably more to she just reactivated a tablet after about 6-8 weeks of not turning it on, and apparently your text synced to it too, and it sounded like ba-ding, 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 constantly. You had to turn the volume off. It's probably still going.
It is. I'm watching. I don't know if you can see the top of the screen, but there's little white
dots.
my
gosh. Yeah. Oh yeah. That's because I remember
messages.
When I had an Android, I remember that same situation. Yeah.
So those are tweets, emails, and messages that are still coming in.
Syncing over.
But I saw an article about a local girl, and you might remember her. We had played a little tidbit of her song, Cornhusker Strong.
Okay, yeah.
Well, the good Lord gave me wings to fly, so I packed my bags, but never said goodbye.
Okay, I'm going to keep going here in a second, but it could be one of the cheesiest songs I've ever heard. Hold on.
Wherever I am, I'm forever where I come from. I'm Cornhusker Strong.
But she's standing there in the video, and this is like 12-year-olds in not Husker uniforms, and she's and they're by tractors.
The video,
oh my gosh!
The video was meant to be fun, and she even got into the stadium, and she was, on the field. I don't know what kind of credentials you have to do that, but yeah, the video kind of. If you just hear the song without the video. It's really it's not very good.
What are you
it's
good.
Say?
Okay, wait, let's get that endorsement out there.
Good.
JT from the Pat and JT podcast says.
Without the video, it's good.
Okay.
Down any road I'm on.
Okay. Anyway, her name is Heidi, and Heidi's from Nebraska. She now lives in California. Heidi then put out another song, and I'm trying to remember how the story goes, but somehow it was presented, this song, it was called Game On. It was back about 2 or 3 years ago, and it got presented to Carrie Underwood's producers.
Okay.
And it was rejected. And I can't remember the whole, but that's the basic, that's the bottom line. Then Carrie Underwood, you know how she does the Sunday Night Football songs, and she always has a different, each year there's a different song that they do.
Yeah, that's right.
And she took over for Hank Williams Sr., Hank Williams Jr., not senior. Anyway, and been doing great. So she put out a song called Game On.
The gang's all here for a throwdown. A rowdy crowd rocking the place. The bears and the pack
coming.
in a showdown. Fired up and ready to play. Game on!
Okay, so that's Carrie's version. Heidi had her version. Kind of the same.
Yeah, very much so.
Can you feel it?
I mean,
here comes the storm. Can you hear
exactly the
it?
same.
100,000 strong. Can
Hold
you
on.
taste it on the tip of your tongue? Are you ready? Let's get it on. The time is now. No one here should be sitting down. Get up, get loud, make your mama proud. Game on.
I mean, come on. It's almost the exact same song.
So she and some other people are suing Carrie
I would
Underwood
hope so.
et al. For the song because I hope she gets credit for it. I really do. I hope that happens.
I mean, that's underhanded, and maybe it was an over. Who knows?
It
but
could just
if something
be-
like that happens, you present an idea in the creative field of whatever, music, art, whatever, and you show somebody an idea, and then they create something almost like it, almost exactly like it. That is low.
And you got to wonder, when that does happen, and we've seen it happen before with other really famous people that sampled other songs, intentionally, unintentionally. There's so many, there are only so many riffs, right?
Right.
But when it's a good portion of the song that sounds so similar, you wonder, okay, was it just stuck in the back of somebody's mind and they thought, hey, I kind of have an idea for a song, or were they thinking, God, remember that girl that brought us that song from Nebraska?
Yeah, maybe.
Let's just call it Game On, because it's even named the same. It's not like they kind of came up with it and then accidentally changed the name to the same name that she had.
Right.
It's Game On.
It's like they're stupid. They're from Nebraska. They won't understand that it's the same thing.
I know.
There have been other great songs out of Nebraska. If you remember the Omaha, Nebraska official song, it's from.
Nebraska
This is
official song?
from Lucky Charm, White Mike, and Flo Kane. This
Oh
is
my
called Omaha,
gosh.
Nebraska.
Yes.
Where you come from? Where you
Oh my
come
God.
from?
Remember this?
Where you come from? Omaha, Nebraska. Now we done said it. Now we done said
They
it.
said it.
Now y'all say it. Omaha, Nebraska.
I mean, come on.
Why is it that when you have a song that mentions Nebraska, and there have been several, and some very good ones, some very famous ones talking about Nebraska, but Nebraska just doesn't roll off the tongue like Tennessee or Texas
for whatever reason.
or Oklahoma.
What was that?
or
Ginger Tin Bensel?
Ginger Tin Bensel, yes. She had years back, she wrote a song for, and was it for the Huskers or was it?
Is this a song
it's-
called I Love Nebraska?
Try that.
Yeah. Here we go. And this song is better with the video because you get to see when she says an eagle soaring or whatever, it's literally a tethered hawk tied to a cage in a truck. It is. It goes eagle soaring, and you see this thing take off from a truck, and he's got a rope tied to his ankle. Or whatever, if eagles have ankle.
Have ankles.
Here we go.
Oh, because it's got the train. Okay. Yep.
I live in a state where the wildlife runs free, and you can step out on your front porch, hear a meadowlark sing. You can see the wheat fields waving and the corn growing.
It gives me
Okay,
a tickle
just-
in my bottom.
Just stop.
I'm from Nebraska. I believe that says it all.
It's just hard to sing a song about Nebraska. I don't know why, because it either comes off Nebraska, that it's too country,
Yeah.
or it's
Like the
ignores all of it.
But singing a song about a place, like I don't know, it's weird. Like you're singing about describing your state or whatever. It just comes off like very touristy.
It
thing.
does. And when
But
I
then you got
think
somebody
of-
like John McLaughlin sings Indiana. You have Joel
Yes.
Denver, no, John Denver singing about Colorado. It's like they have a way to do it
Perfect.
where it doesn't sound cheesy.
Yes, and what's the one? Gosh, there were some older
Texas.
songs too
Country
that
people
have
talking about Texas all
a
the
ton of them. Texas, Wichita lineman.
Right. I mean all that stuff, but Nebraska. I mean it's just
Just for some reason, it doesn't roll off the tongue.
nope.
I don't know. We've seen several genres try.
Right.
It just doesn't work. I don't know. But anyway, there's that.
So there's a lot of stuff to interact with on our Facebook page today.
I can't wait to see what you post.
Oh, this is going to be
'Cause
great.
you've got everything from Mama June.
Yes, I wrote that down. And that's going to be the title of today's podcast, Mama June's Bingo Face.
Awesome.
There we go. So it's Pat and JT, Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook, 402-403-9478. With our podcast, you rate, review, subscribe, and share.
And share.
Do that. Thank you for listening.
Pat and JT Podcast, a Parkville Media Production.